This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
The $60 million upgrade to BTC's mobile service, a reform of the telecommunications sector, and preparing the country's premier telecommunication company for competition are some of the reasons why CEO of BTC Leon Williams is the 2014 Person of the Year.
The award, which is given by the Jones Communications Network, was endorsed by Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie as he outlined what the government's co-owned telecommunications provider is about to do as the sector is revolutionized. Clint Watson has the story.
The revolution of the telecommunications systems at BTC, landing the top post having been offered the job by Cable and Wireless, then months later receiving an appointment as Senior Vice President in Cable and Wireless. BTC CEO Leon Williams has done just about it all in the telecommunications arena. Now the newly appointed Vice Chairman of the Caribbean Association of National Telecommunications Organizations can add to his hat Person of the Year. Prime Minister the Right Honorable Perry Christie was among those saluting Williams.
Since his appointment, Mr. Williams has moved to address some persistent problems that have been facing the company, and it has dedicated substantial sums of money, new levels of expertise to ensure that this area or these areas in its services are quickly and reasonably addressed.
Williams says his success at BTC has been due to his vast knowledge of the technology, and although he's going through a testing time with contract negotiations with both managers and line staff unions, he described his most challenging issue to date.
Trying to, first of all, rejuvenate the staff, reorganize the company and get rid of matrix management, secure the funding from Cable and Wireless to do it, and just try to bring people back. Change the morale, change the DNA of the company.
And with mobile competition just around the corner, the award-winning CEO says BTC is ready.
We're not going to roll over and play dead. We're going to try to win the hearts of the Bahamian people by giving them a service that is par excellence. We'll give them a service that is cost-effective, and whatever we need to do to prepare for competition, we'll get done.
Vision casting to 2020 is where Williams' mindset is. He's focused on building a company plan that's lasting longer than a few years. And if he has his way, he'll simply do it this way. And although Leon Williams has achieved this level of success, having been in office less than 1 year, he's predicting that the years ahead will be great for him and the Bahamian people. Matter of fact, he says when it's all said and done, he wants people to remember his slogan, that he was a man uncommonly blessed by God. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
Clint, thanks a lot. Cable Bahamas employees reportedly on a sick-out today, claiming that the company executives have failed to come to the table to negotiate an industrial agreement. We understand about 70% of staff called in sick today. Cable Bahamas recognized the Bahamas Communication and Public Officers Union, or BCPOU, last year, and we're told that the union presented a proposal but has yet to hear from the company. While a sick-out is taking place here in the capital, we understand that Cable Bahamas employees on Grand Bahama are on a work to rule. It's a developing story that we will continue to follow.
The Bahamas Trade Union Congress is celebrating an historic accomplishment. A new union has been formed and added to its umbrella. Following a court ruling last December, the TUC has been successful in securing the recognition for the General Workers Union. Veteran labor leader Thomas Bastian is the president of GWU. He says the law made it clear that workers have a right to join a union of their choice.
For anybody who's part of a union, the same requirements have to be met, where the majority of those people, if they're fed up, is similar to the political system. If you have the majority of the people who want to join the FNM, then the PLP is out. If you have the majority of people who want to join the PLP, then the PLP is in and the FNM is out. That's a simple term I can join, which guarantee the rights of the individual to be a member of a union of his choice. Now, those individuals could be multiplicity of individuals, which falls under the Industrial Relations Act, that will give them the 50+1 threshold with which the minister will make a determination, providing there is not the individual recognition by the parties.
It seems that a decision to move a bus stop in the city center again speaks to the importance they play in the safety of both the motoring public and passengers.
And as C.S. Gadley tells us tonight, officials at the Road Traffic Department will be addressing the issue, driving home the message of safety first.
Road Traffic Controller Ross Smith says he, along with officials from the Ministry of Works, will work hand in hand to address the issue of bus stops. This announcement comes as decision to move a downtown bus stop further east was met with great opposition from a group of bus drivers this week. He stressed the urgency for the main roads in the city center to be looked at first before the extensions.
There are fixed penalties for bus drivers who do not stop at bus stops, or who just stop anywhere indiscriminately. And if the police find them stopping anywhere along the road where there are no bus stops, they can be fined for that purpose. Now, I don't remember exactly how much it is, but I know there's a fixed penalty for that.
Smith says the decision to move the bus stop was in the best national interest because in its current location, it posed a serious safety hazard being in front of two banks. He also warned drivers who decide to pull over wherever and not at designated bus stops that they are committing a serious criminal offense. Meantime, the road traffic controller is standing by his decision to move that bus stop another 75 yards from the existing one.
Where they are not placed, we know it leaves persons open to really stop anywhere, which is a hazard to motorists. And so we will address each one of them.
The controversial change is expected to take effect on February 2nd. C.S. Scotterly, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scotterly. Financial Secretary John Rolls says it is legal for small businesses that are not value-added tax registrants to adjust their prices to accommodate VAT, as it is an expense to them. He also clears up some other misconceptions surrounding the 7.5% tax.
A non-VAT registrant cannot issue a tax receipt or a tax invoice, because any business that issues a tax receipt or a tax invoice is doing so on the basis that they are remitting the revenue that they collect to the government.
In other business news, Stuart Halbert has been named Bahamas Realty's top producer for the 7th time since 2002. He credits much of his success to the advent and growth of the multiple listing service that permits all participating firms to share information on listings. Halbert is among fewer than 5% worldwide to qualify as a certified residential specialist. The firm's chairman, Larry Roberts, congratulated him on a job well done. And in international news, Europe held out an olive branch to Greece's new anti-austerity government Friday by hinting it may extend massive financial aid beyond the end of February. Greek stocks and bonds slumped earlier this week after members of the government pledged to reverse reforms agreed with the European Union and the International Monetary Fund in exchange for $271 billion in emergency loans. Most of the loans have been released to Athens over the past 5 years, but a final batch is being withheld pending an EU and IMF review of Greece's progress on reforms. The deadline for that review is February 28th. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scotterly.
Organizers are moving ahead with plans for Junkanoo Carnival despite the many criticisms. Meantime, Member of Parliament for Tall Pines and Chairman of BEC Leslie Miller says he now has a clearer picture of the Junkanoo Carnival concept, and he is extending an apology for remarks made regarding the upcoming festive event.
I want to officially apologize to, in fact, all of the Junkanoo groups in the Bahamas, especially Darren Bastian, my two daughters, Leslie and Yasmin, who are associated, in fact, with the groups that's going to participate in the Junkanoo Festival to be held in the Bahamas. I think it's a lack of clarity and really ignorance on the part of many Bahamians, including myself, until I heard Mr. Dames yesterday on the Steve McKinney show indicate exactly what their concept of this Junkanoo Festival is supposed to be. My only idea was what I saw in Trinidad and Tobago.
Pockets of smoke continue to cover the Gladstone Road and Stapleton Gardens area after a small stump fire erupted sometime last week. Today, our news team visited the area and spoke to a few residents who told us inhaling the smoke from the dump has been a vexing issue for many years, but they say they have no choice but to cope with it.
Don't really do us a spot all the time, but sometimes it all depends on which area, the breeze is blowing from. We get plenty of smoke. You can't wash. You can't keep your windows open. You really just can't do anything.
It doesn't affect me that much, as I keep all my windows closed down and, I keep the family inside. So we try to stay away from all the smokes.
Meanwhile, authorities believe the dump fire may have been caused by an arsonist. Officials of Renew Bahamas, which is responsible for operating and managing the city's landfill sites, say they will continue to use a combination of heavy-duty and specialty equipment to extinguish the remaining pockets of the fire, and they're doing everything they can to bring relief. Residents in Georgetown, Exuma heard from members of the Constitutional Commission Thursday night who were on island to educate the public on proposed amendments to the 4 bills intended to promote equality between men and women regarding citizenship and eliminate discrimination based on sex. The forum was held at St. Andrew's Parish Community Center, and Cleopatra Murphy spoke with the area member of parliament and others who shared their views on the bills.
Inequality has existed in the Bahamas for too long, and for that reason, Member of Parliament for Exuma and Ragged Island, Anthony Moss, says he supports the gender equality bills. Moss, who attended the Constitutional Commission's latest educational forum in Georgetown, Exuma, says when the time comes to vote in Parliament, he will vote yes to all 4.
As it was articulated by the panel tonight, it speaks about equality. And that is what the country is looking for in this 2015 is gender equality. So I will be supporting, and my constituents will certainly support me for supporting.
No. The same applies to Exuma resident Lariette Josie Dean, who says when the referendum is called, she will vote yes. Josie Dean, however, says she is concerned that many of the women she has spoken to have said they will vote no. She suggested that a separate committee be appointed to address women specifically on the importance of the bills.
They wanted to vote no because of a fear. They have a fear that if we do equalize our Constitution, giving rights to foreign spouses to apply for citizenship, they feel that these men will take advantage of them, that these men will have ulterior motives to get citizenship just to come to the Bahamas and then go and do whatever else they want to do.
Island Administrator Neil Campbell says he had several queries that were answered during the session. He noted that it also brought clarity to residents who during the forum had hard-hitting questions for members of the commission.
I think it just needed more public education, and I think 1 or 2 persons expressed where probably the females would have to be enlightened more. I think once that is done, everything will be fine.
After making inroads in Georgetown, the commission moves to Black Point tonight. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.
Hi, welcome to the final NFL picks for the year, sponsored by Sans Bear and Ace Houdroy. Yours truly, Julian Nebuchadnezzar, Ezekiel Hezekiah, Daniel Ace Houdroy Gibson. While I'm leading in the postseason, and come Sunday, I still will be leading because I'm going with the Patriots to beat Seattle. The final score will be 24-21. Now let's check in with Kelsey Johnson. You know her. She was leading in the regular season, but so far in the postseason, she's in hot last.
It all comes down to this. The best offensive team, that's the New England Patriots going up against the Seattle Seahawks. They're the best defensive team in my book. Richard Sherman, yes, he's a little banged up, but I think on Sunday he's going to put on his big boy pants and go after a consecutive Super Bowl title. I think the Seahawks are going to win this one 34-31.
In my estimation, the Super Bowl title was decided during the conference championships. New England made a statement against the Colts, while the Seahawks, they had to escape with an overtime win against the Packers. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick will cement their legacy with their 4th Super Bowl title. I have New England winning big, 31-17.
Super Bowl Sunday is here, and I'm enjoying my life in Andros this weekend. I'll be back in the capital first thing Monday morning. I'll be watching the Super Bowl here in North Andros. And my pick this year, I'm going to go with the defending champs, the Seattle Seahawks. They're going to run by Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. I do not trust Tom Brady. The deflatable team will be deflated come Sunday. Seattle is going to win this one 28-21.
Well, that was Charles Fisher. Make sure join us right here at Ace Who Draw flagship store on Robinson Road for Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be great. Go Patriots, mash up Seattle.